Raiders of the Lost Ark is ranked number 59 on IMDb. The film was directed by Steven Spielberg and was his 8th movie, give or take. So here is our 9th episode in the IMDb Top 100. With returning guests Catherine and Nick, we headed to the theater to watch the film. Nick had never seen Raiders of the Lost Ark before, but the rest of us had. Raiders of the Lost Ark follows Indiana Jones, an archaeologist tasked by Army intelligence to locate a legendary ancient power, the Ark of the Covenant, before the Nazis get it first. Raiders of the Lost Ark was initially conceived of by George Lucas, who thought up the idea after his comedy drama, American Graffiti, but was put on hold while Lucas pursued his space opera, Star Wars. However, while vacationing to avoid the negative criticism he was sure Star Wars would receive on opening weekend, Lucas pitched the film to Steven Spielberg on a beach in Hawaii, and after a few months, asked him to direct it. The film was developed and written over the course of a year before George Lucas started to pitch the film around. Studios were hesitant because of the deal that George Lucas offered, as well as because Spielberg was gaining a reputation of delivering films over schedule and over budget. However, Lucas refused to do the film without Spielberg. The film was eventually greenlit by Michael Eisner. Yes, that Michael Eisner, at Paramount Pictures, after negotiating exclusive rights for any sequels and severe penalties for exceeding the schedule or budget. Paramount mandated an 85-day filming schedule, but Spielberg, Lucas, and producer Frank Marshall agreed on a self-imposed 73-day schedule to keep them on track. Filming began on June 23, 1980, and spanned France, Tunisia, Hawaii, and sets at Elstree Studios in England, and continued until September 1980, filming for exactly 73 days. Raiders of the Lost Ark was released in theaters on June 12, 1981, and earned $354 million worldwide, making it the highest-grossing film of 1981, beating out James Bond movie For Your Eyes Only and Superman 2. The film was released to general critical acclaim. It was nominated for 9 Academy Awards and ended up receiving 5 of them: Best Art Direction, Best Film Editing, Best Sound Editing, and Best Visual Effects. The film has an 8.4 on IMDb, a 94% on Rotten Tomatoes with the critics, and a 96% with the fans, and the film is rated 4.2 out of 5 on Letterboxd. All right, what'd you think?
Loved it. Classic movie. Harrison Ford is hot. No notes.
What's your favorite part of the movie?
Jeez, there's a lot. Okay, so the iconic rock ball, because I love that scene, and it's iconic with the Disneyland ride. Snakes, love that part. I think both parts, because wasn't it when he's like, I don't do snakes, and then the other one is snakes. Why did it have to be snakes? Probably the whole truck scene, too. And of course, it's gotta be the Everything Hurts, where does it not hurt?
Perfect. Any notes?
No, none.
I loved it. I love Indiana Jones. It's my second favorite of all the movies. Last Crusade's obviously my favorite, but this one's iconic. It's so good. Everything about it is phenomenal. The theme for the Ark is so haunting. John Williams really crushed it. He crushes it with everything, but he really crushed it there. Really love this movie, and Harrison Ford is incredible.
What was your favorite part?
I love the truck chase, and also the scene when he's first describing what the Ark is to the army guys, because the blocking and the exposition is done really superbly in that scene. Love it. Great movie. 10 out of 10. I love it.
Do you have any notes?
It was great. Great experience. Loved it.
All right, Nick, this was your first time watching the movie.
Yeah, that's right. First time seeing it all the way through. Yeah, it was a classic, so really cool to see it all in theaters, so it was pretty special.
Yeah, and what was your favorite part?
I mean, there's a lot of iconic moments. What really stuck out to me was the Nazi guy burning his hand on the amulet, because I always thought that was from Home Alone. So seeing this precede it, I realized that was a reference to it, so that was kind of cool to kind of see the missing link.
And do you have any notes on it?
No, it's just it's a good classic action movie that is just worth seeing. Kind of violent, so it's kind of surprised how realistic a lot of the Ark of the Covenant scenes are. It kind of shocks you too. Yeah, we're talking 8, 9, 10 out of 10 type of movie, upper echelons.
I have so many positive things to say about Raiders of the Lost Ark. While it is not my favorite Indiana Jones film, that honor does go to Last Crusade. It is a stunning film, and a film that spawned so many adventure movies that would come after it. I think one of my favorite things about Raiders of the Lost Ark is how perfectly it sets up Indiana as a film protagonist. It shows him steady, stalwart. He is the perfect archaeologist. He's doing everything right in this temple with all of these traps. He knows what is going to happen before the movie presents him with a problem. And then he still messes up. We are shown right off the bat that he is not perfect. He still makes mistakes, but we are introduced to one of the most crucial and important things about Indiana, and that is that he can improvise. He can adapt to any situation that is at hand, and that is the thing that sets him apart and makes makes him special. That creates the perfect scenario for him to be the protagonist for this film because we want to root for him. We can see immediately that he is not perfect, just like us, and we love him for it. There's so much at the beginning of the film that is set up that will then be paid off later in the film. The fact that Indiana Jones does not like snakes and Belloc are two things that will be paid off later on in the film. The film is full of incredible action sequences. Every sequence is memorable and is unique, and it's something that works in this film's favor because you are treated to this visual spectacle and this visual feast in every single sequence. On top of that, Raiders of the Lost Ark is just such a beloved film. I know so many people who love this movie. I love this movie. It is a joy to sit down and watch and put on. It is just a wholesome action adventure film with a good guy fighting a bad guy. The direction by Steven Spielberg is iconic. You can tell how much care he puts into every single one of his movies, and this film is no exception. The camera movement is intentional. The acting is grounded. There's so many memorable lines. There's so many good scenes in this movie. I can just continue to talk about it all day. I think that this film really helped cement George Lucas and Steven Spielberg's legacies because it was such a huge film and it really helped both of their careers as well as many other careers of people who did work on the film. Briefly, I do want to talk about Harrison Ford being the cast for Indiana Jones. While there are the James Bond films where you can interchange James Bond for a different actor and still obtain the same result, the same cannot be said for Indiana Jones. Harrison Ford is Indiana Jones and we will never be able to see someone else in that role. And while that is a curse for any sequels that they do want to make, it is a blessing for us because of how wonderful he does in these movies. As it will be with so many films on this list, I have no notes for Raiders of the Lost Ark. This is such a wonderful film and I absolutely enjoy watching it. Here you can see Anel and I's lists, and here we do differ pretty significantly in where we put it, but we both love this movie. And that is the 9th episode of the IMDb Top 100. If you liked this video, please let us know. Comment your thoughts on Raiders of the Lost Ark and follow along on our quest to watch these incredible movies. Finally, I am also a movie director. You can find my film Letting Go of Jack at any of these platforms to rent or stream. Additionally, if you like physical media like I do, you can pick up a copy of the film on DVD on Amazon. The link for that is in my description below. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you in episode 10.